Coming up next, I'm going to give a little first impression review of 4 new perfumes from Primera Perfumes, the Kuwaiti niche perfume that I met at Scent Explore last year in 2022 and just received some 4 new fragrances that have come out recently. I want to give you my thoughts on them. Find out coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose, and thank you as always for watching. And wherever you are in the world watching this video, it's amazing. I have subscribers everywhere. Just thank you so much for your support, for your love, sending love your way, positive vibes, energy. Just hope everyone's having a great day. So today's video is I want to introduce you. As you know on my channel, I like to introduce you to perfumes that I think, a lot of times people don't necessarily know, maybe they get overlooked. That's a big part of what I do here. I like trying to curate what I consider the world's best fragrances that I come across. Obviously, I'm one person. I can only come across and smell so many, and I think can be effective, really. It can be overkill. And that's why there's many channels and there's so many great reviewers, and we all review different stuff, and obviously there's overlap, but I hope you guys, and I know the ones, I know everyone that follows my channel, just from hearing from you guys, I appreciate what you get out of it. And, always, I also, by the way, love your suggestions. And a lot of times I take them and follow them and do videos based on what you guys want to see. So today's video, again, let's get right into this. First fragrance I'm going to talk about here is called La Boutique. And let me just read you a little bit the notes. Bergamot, blackcurrant, lavender, pineapple, apple, and pear at the top. The middle is iris, violet, patchouli, cherry blossom, vanilla, cedarwood, and then the base has ambergris, oak moss, musk, vetiver, and tonka bean. So here it is. This is La Boutique. The Primera Perfumes comes in different bottles. So you're going to see today I have a couple of these all dark bottles, which I like a lot. They have the logo and information printed on the bottle, as you can see. I think looks very sharp. And this is a fragrance. I'm actually wearing this on my hand right here today. I sprayed this one this morning. I've been wearing these for the last week or so, getting to know the fragrances. And this one is really nice. What I like about it is it's got some of these really popular notes that have been popular really since Aventus, that pineapple, that blackcurrant. But it takes it a little bit different direction. This is sweet, it's spicy, it's fresh. This is going to be a good summer fragrance, a good daytime fragrance. The dry down into the oak moss and that kind of cedar, which is almost like a nice transition from the middle notes to the base. I really like iris. So this is a fragrance that perfectly unisex. I think this will be very good for both men and women, and very very well, very well done. This is going to be, I've talked about Primera before. I think Primera, in the range of fragrance houses, I think it sits kind of in this, between designer and niche. So I think these perfumes are very approachable for, say, the new fragrance collector, or the new person to the fragrance world, the perfume world, who only really has experience with designer fragrances, and the niche person who only likes, specific niche fragrances. I think this is a good middle ground. There's not a lot of fragrances out there, I think, or fragrance houses that hit that well. And I will say, I think Primera does that well. So let's go to the next one. This one is maybe the most intriguing to me. This is called Lavender Touch. I love lavender. Lavender, obviously very popular in so many fragrances, especially men's fragrances, fougere fragrances, fresh fragrances. What I like about this one, though, is really different. It's really heavy lavender. Lavender usually is just kind of an aside. It's a note used, in these different types of, classifications I just mentioned, the fougères and such, fresh fragrances. But this one really highlights the lavender note very well. It's sweet. It's got definitely that lavender, that cool lavender feel to it. And there's also it's got a nice heavy dose vanilla, which I think keeps it very approachable, keeps it very unisex, and also I think very wearable and likable for almost everybody. The notes, let me read them to you: lavender, bergamot, lime, lemongrass, coconut. So you get that coconut right off the beginning too. Gives it a little bit of a tropical feel, almost a little bit of a suntan lotion feel. Love that. Orange, jasmine, blackcurrant, apple, pink pepper, and saffron. Those are the middle notes. And then at the base, you have vanilla, tonka, musk, patchouli, amber, and cedarwood. So again, this one to me, the Lavender Touch, what I like about it is, I'll conclude on this fragrance by saying, lavender typically is associated with, again, men's fragrances, freshies, fougères, barbershop fougères. This, I believe, takes lavender in a way that makes it much more approachable for women and much more unisex. Nicely done. Next, let's go to, now, these are different bottles. These are a little bit smaller bottles. And you can see, I'll hold it up here. This is La Dolce Vita, obviously the beautiful life. La Dolce Vita in Italian. And this one is, to me, probably the most unique, and I would say maybe the most niche leaning of the 4 fragrances that have come out, these new fragrances and the ones that I'm smelling. It is probably because you've got a nice touch, but it's more than a touch of oud in this fragrance, and you smell it right from the beginning. So when you smell this, I get the oud right away. If you are an oud fan and you want to smell something that is definitely oud smelling, but not stinky oud smelling, but you do get that strong oud smell. And it's mixed, by the way, let me read these notes: date, nutmeg, lavender, pink pepper at the top. Then you have geranium, tobacco, oud, assam, and olibanum, which is frankincense, in the heart. And then musk, sandalwood, vetiver, tolu balsam, and amber accord at the base. So this one is, I think, in my opinion, going to be the most masculine of and the most niche of the 4 fragrances I smelled today. So I wore this one a couple days ago, lasted forever on my skin. I got over, I think it was about 9 hours. So this is one I think would be a great date night fragrance. It's sexy. Again, it's La Dolce Vita. It's sweet. It's sexy. It's, got a little bit of that, because that oud for me gives a little bit of that sexy, dirty quality. So excellent fragrance. Last but certainly not least, and I gotta say the one that I've been wearing the most. So it's hard for me to pick a favorite of the 4 because I've just been smelling them for about a week or so. But if it was based on what I've been wearing the most, it would probably be this one, which is Riviera Paradise. Riviera Paradise. The reason why I'm working right now on my own fragrance, which will probably be my 3rd fragrance I'm going to release after my 2nd one, Deco Noir, which is this, inspired by that smell of Italian soap. If you've ever been to Italy, there's this unbelievable soap. If you go to the hotels, it's fresh, it's orange, it's citrus. This has that, again, obviously Riviera Paradise. So it's based on that kind of smell. You have, listen to these notes: bergamot, orange blossom, Damascus rose, raspberry, neroli, isoe super, floral accords, tonka bean, amber, musk, patchouli, sandalwood, and white oud. So the oud here is definitely more subdued than the oud in La Dolce Vita. This one is, the oud is more of a balancing note, where in La Dolce Vita, it's more of a prominent note. But I love the smell. It gives me that, it reminds me of Italy. When I was in Italy about 3-4 years ago, I went for like 10 days, had the best trip of my life, and this takes me back to Italy. So maybe that's a reason why I love it so much. But it's not just a freshie. It's not just a typical citrus light fragrance. This gets much darker because of these notes I just listed. The isoe gives it some nice longevity. I love isoe super. For me, it's one of the best fixative and mixing notes that are out there. The neroli, the orange blossom, just wonderful. So I probably have to say, just off the initial week, which is too early to tell, Riviera Paradise is probably the one I like the best because I've been wearing it the most, and it's perfect for here in Florida. All right, there you have it. 4 new fragrances from Primera Perfumes. Let me know, have you guys tried any of these? I know I get a lot of response for some of the ones I've talked about before, but it really is a house worth checking out if you want to find that nice, sweet middle ground between common designer fragrances and niche fragrances that are going to be very wearable, very mass appealing. I'll be back soon with another video. As always, guys, thank you guys for your support and for watching. Peace, love, and perfume.